guys, it's time for my recap from Bachelorette episode 5 from JoJo's season. We had to wait 2 weeks to see what was going to happen, and so I was so excited to see last night's episode. As always, if you have not seen the episode yet but plan to and don't want to know who got a rose and what happened, then you might want to come back to this video later on. But if you want to know who got a rose, then stick around and watch now. And as always, I will be referring to my notes that I took during the episode last night. So at the beginning of the episode, we see a recap of last week where we left off with Chad showing up at the guy's suite after he had been sent home from the 2-on-1 date. It looked like there was going to be some really serious drama there, but all it was Chad going back to the suite and telling the guys what happened. Jordan extended the olive branch to Chad on behalf of himself and the other guys. Chad wouldn't have any of it. The guys walked away and Chad went home. That's not the last we're going to see of Chad though, because he's going to be on Bachelor in Paradise. And I'll bet you a number of the guys from this season will probably be on Bachelor in Paradise as well. So I guess we will see what happens with that. And you never know. Maybe Chad will end up being one of the coolest guys ever. We shall see. So we see the guys, they're very happy that Chad has left. We also see a little bit of the remainder of the 2-on-1, now 1-on-1 date with JoJo and Alex. They seem to be enjoying each other's company, getting to know each other a little bit better. And then back at the suite, the guys are very happy that Alex is coming back, not Chad. When Alex comes back, they treat him like a hero and they give him a party with cake and sparklers. They are that happy that it's Alex and not Chad. So we get to the rose ceremony. We did not see a rose ceremony last week, so we're seeing it at the beginning of this week's episode. At the cocktail party, JoJo kissed Robbie. The guys saw this. It did not go over well. Also, at this particular cocktail party, the guy seems to be a little more competitive about getting one-on-one time with JoJo. It seemed to be quite a central issue there. There were 3 guys who already had roses. It was Jordan, Alex, and Luke. They varied in terms of how aggressive they were in terms of getting one-on-one time during the cocktail party. Jordan was a little more laid back, Alex was more aggressive, and then Luke was kind of in between. JoJo wore a beautiful white and silver sequined gown. I love her gowns this season. They're really pretty and I would love to have those gowns in my wardrobe. And so in terms of who got a rose, like I said before, Luke, Alex, and Jordan already had roses, so the remainder of the guys who got roses at this rose ceremony were Derek, Robbie, Chase, Wells, Grant, Vinny, James Taylor, and Evan. So James F. and Daniel went home. We didn't really see much of James F. on this episode, but who knows, maybe he'll be on Bachelor in Paradise or something. After the rose ceremony, JoJo announced that they will be traveling internationally now, and the first stop will be Punta del Este in Uruguay. So everybody was excited about that. After the commercial, we see that they are now in Uruguay, and it looks really nice there. I've never been there and makes me want to go. As soon as they arrived in Uruguay, the date card arrived. It was for a one-on-one date with Jordan. This didn't go over very well with some of the guys. They felt like the football date revolved around Jordan and they were questioning his motives. Now we don't have Chad drama, so they need to create drama around somebody else. So at this moment, it was around Jordan, with the guys speculating on his motives. Jordan and JoJo went for a boat ride and appeared to enjoy each other's company. And then meanwhile, back at the hotel, the guys were talking about Jordan, and then they were getting haircuts, and Vinny came across a gossip magazine that had an article about JoJo where her ex-boyfriend said that she was not there for the right reasons and that she was still in love with him, or something like that. The guys were really focused on this article and were questioning JoJo's motives now. In the meantime, the next date card arrived, and it was for a group date. The guys who were going on the next group date were Luke, Derek, Chase, Evan, James, Vinny, Grant, Wells, and Alex. And they weren't very excited about this group date because they were sulking about the article that they had read. Meanwhile, on the one-on-one date, JoJo had confronted Jordan about some things she had heard about him from his ex-girlfriend. It appears that JoJo met Jordan's ex-girlfriend, and his ex said that he was not a very good boyfriend to her, so JoJo wanted to get to the bottom of this and ask Jordan about it. Jordan reassured JoJo that he was ready to commit to a relationship now and admitted that when he was in his previous relationship, he was very focused on sports and was not the best boyfriend, but did reassure JoJo that he would be a much better boyfriend to her. So JoJo gave Jordan the rose, and then they went for a walk and found some street performers and danced together in the street. So then JoJo and Jordan got back to the hotel after their date. Jordan joined the guys and JoJo went and talked to the producers. The producers showed JoJo the magazine article that the guys had seen earlier that day, and JoJo was really upset. She decided that she wanted to address this with the guys right then and there. So JoJo went right up to the guys' suite and told them that she was there for the right reasons and that she really cared about them and that she was very upset about the article. The guys felt better and all was well with the world again. The next day, Jordan and Robbie stayed behind while JoJo and the rest of the guys went on their group date. Jordan and Robbie got spa treatments complete with cucumbers on their eyes, which Jordan ended up eating. Meanwhile, on the group date, everybody went sand surfing. That looked like a really fun group date. The only thing is it started raining, so they all had to go inside. In the meantime, back at the hotel, the one-on-one date card came for Robbie. We knew it was going to be Robbie because he was the only one who stayed behind besides Jordan. And then back on the group date, they were having cocktails like they always do on the group date, and Derek seemed to be a bit uneasy about his standing with JoJo. That's kind of understandable because last week he had this great one-on-one date with JoJo, then he comes back and he's back in a group situation where he's one of many, so I could see where that might be a little bit unsettling in a situation like that. So he talked to JoJo about this during some one-on-one time they had on the group date. JoJo seems to really like Derek and she wanted to reassure him, so she gave him the group date rose. This did not go over well with the other guys. They felt that maybe this was part of his strategy. So the next day we see the one-on-one date with Robbie. He and JoJo went exploring and then went for a swim. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, Derek doesn't seem to be doing very well with the group situation at all. Alex and Chase confronted him about asking for reassurance and then getting the rose, but they didn't seem to consider that JoJo made the choice to give him the rose, and that she seems to really like Derek. You know, maybe it was his strategy, maybe it wasn't, but in any case, JoJo did give him a rose, and it doesn't mean that nobody else is going to get a rose this week. Back on the one-on-one date, Robbie opened up to JoJo and told her that his best friend had passed away about a year ago, and that this had prompted Robbie to make some changes in his life. So in the past 6 months, Robbie quit his job, broke up with a girlfriend that he didn't see any future with, and also moved to a new city to start a new life. He also mentioned that he was falling in love with JoJo, so JoJo was happy to hear that and gave him a rose, and then they went on the beach and watched some fireworks. And now it was time for the rose ceremony. JoJo wore a beautiful green mock turtleneck sleeveless gown that was belted, and she also wore a beautiful gold cuff bracelet with it. They did not have a cocktail party. The guys hung out and drank some cocktails before the rose ceremony, but it wasn't one of those actual cocktail parties that they usually have. Derek still doesn't seem to be doing well with the group situation, and he asked Robbie, Chase, Alex, and Jordan to talk. Derek felt like it was kind of a Mean Girls cliquey situation and wanted to talk about it. The rest of the guys kind of poo-pooed the idea and said it was petty, and you know, I don't know, it seems like maybe they're, at least in this episode at this moment, they're making Derek the person the drama is surrounding around. We shall see what happens in future episodes. You know, you gotta have the drama there. Drama, drama, drama. Chris Harrison announced that JoJo did not want a cocktail party. She already knew what she was going to do, and that 3 guys were going home. At the rose ceremony, roses went to Luke, Chase, Alex, James, Wells, and that's it. So Evan, Grant, and Vinny went home, and yeah, I felt kind of bad for them, but who knows, maybe they'll be on Bachelor in Paradise. They seemed really disappointed. After the rose ceremony, JoJo announced that the next stop was Buenos Aires, Argentina. So that should be really fun. I've never been there. I want to go there too. So after next week's episode, I'll probably totally want to go there. It looks like there will be drama around Jordan and Chase, but who knows? The previews often lead us down the wrong path, but that's okay. We love the show. And then further into the season, oh my, it looks like there's going to be some drama there, but you never know because they do that on this show. It looks like it's going to be one thing and it's an entirely different thing, but hey, that's what makes it fun. So until next time, let me know in the comments below who you think JoJo should pick. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more Bachelorette recaps, then definitely subscribe to my channel and I will see you all next time. Bye.